Ancient temples, colorful rituals, and places of meditation made Sanku a must-visit place, but now it has fallen to the ground. And help is what the residents need. This zone was severely damaged due to the earthquake. In the main street, only ruins remain from what was once a busy commercial center.
Everything is falling, and then we are very sorrow, and we kind of yell for all world people.
We are not prepared for a natural disaster of this magnitude. It took us by surprise, not to mention that we have to search for people.
Bodies are still believed to be under the rubble. As a result, people have spent days searching with nothing more than their hands.
My sister was here when the earth began to shake. They saw her running out of the shop, and since then we have been looking for her.
But time is running out. It is unlikely that survivors will remain alive for more than 3 days.
The
rescue and debris removal have been hampered by the weather, but today, 5 days after the tragedy, the search continues despite the rain. Until now, international rescue specialists have not arrived, but the Nepalese military has started to help.
As you can see, there are many rubbles fallen down, many houses they have fallen down, so there may be other bodies also. Like they might be under the collapsed building.
The collapsing of infrastructure has put back the development of the town by at least 50 years. The people are frustrated.
The tragedy has left me without a house, and it took away my best friend. The roof collapsed, and when I realized, everything around me was spinning.
Recuerdos de otros tiempos han quedado desparramados por las calles.
Memories of other times have been scattered in the streets. People look puzzled at the unrecognizable world around them. Here, at least there was an old hospital. Now his doctors offer the most basic services under this tent. And those who live to tell the story spend day and night in the open, either because they lost their homes or for fear of new tremors.
Aisa García, teleSUR, Sanku, Nepal.
Most of Kathmandu's centuries-old temples are unrecognizable. Soldiers and volunteers are searching for survivors amid the ruins. This man was saved after being trapped for almost an hour.
I was passing on my motorbike when I saw kids running, and I didn't know why. Then the roof fell on top of me, and I was trapped. I screamed, but no one heard. My helmet saved me. I only heard a bit.
People help each other in tents, squares, or streets. The women cook for the whole community, even in the rain.
We get together what we can and put it all in these pans.
Needs are mounting, but the promised help hasn't arrived.
But our government, still nobody came here. Till 4 days, still nobody came here to see what's happening.
Thousands have lost their homes and have to live in improvised camps like this. Others are too scared to return to their damaged houses and are terrified by the endless aftershocks.
Properties were lost, and that is why we are very much scared of that. And of course, looking at the magnitude of the earthquake, we thought anytime, another quake.
The hospitals are in chaos. You can feel the despair in every corner of this one, with the emergency room set up even in the reception area. Most people here have lost both family and their homes.
My house collapsed. When we heard the noise, I ran out with my 7 children. But my mother couldn't run, and she got caught.
The injured keep arriving from outlying areas, but basic supplies are already.
As the Colombian Army and the FARC have previously agreed on a joint operation to start clearing landmines, peace advocates continue to draw attention on the importance of implementing other de-escalation measures together with the demining process.
What would be the point of clearing explosive devices and mines in the countryside if the dynamics of confrontation and hostilities keep on developing further? In order to clear landmines in an integral way, that benefits the rural communities. The demining process must be developed together with a bilateral ceasefire.
A priority of the 36th round of peace talks is to accelerate the demining process, in which residents of the rural areas are expected to have a main role.
We, the peasant organizations, are going to be important players in this process, as we have been victims of many of those mines planted in our territories. We know where many of the mines are located. Therefore, our contributions are crucial, but we demand guarantees from the government in terms of more de-escalation measures that are required.
Meanwhile, how to compensate the victims is still widely discussed, and the FARC peace delegation has called on the government to recognize the responsibility that the state also has for the victims of the conflict.
The responsibility of the state has to be acknowledged in order to achieve peace.
This statement comes in the wake of a recent request the FARC made to the government to declassify conflict archives in order to clarify the truth as a fundamental part of the victims' rights and compensation.
The archives declassification is something that particularly the victims of state crimes movement has been demanding for years, in order to expose the state responsibility in the conflict, something that has been systematically denied in Colombia.
This 36th round of peace talks follows a deadly clash between the army and the FARC, which didn't prevent both parties involved in the negotiation from ratifying their commitment to the peace process. Natalia Margarita, teleSUR, Bogotá.
Reforms to the Civil Code have been passed by Ecuador's National Assembly, raising the legal age of marriage to 18, specifying criteria for marriage and divorce, and making civil unions the fifth legally recognized civil status in the country. While this union is open to couples of all sexual orientations, it continues to be debated.
Hay vacíos legales que están ahorita en el aire, ¿no? Como el tema de la afiliación.
There are many legal loopholes, like the affiliation of a child of a same-sex couple that decides via artificial insemination or another method to procreate and have children. Today, those two mothers cannot be registered, or when two fathers pay for a surrogate mother, only one of the fathers can register. So it's legally up in the air if these couples split up, because the child will only be able to go with one of the parents.
Existen esos niños cuando estas parejas se separan, solo tiene manutención de una sola de las personas.
The Civil Code specifies that this union must be stable, monogamous, between two people of legal age and is not considered as marriage, while furthering the rights of same-sex couples by annulling the prior requirement of their having to prove stability of 2 years to gain legal status. This condition is again considered in the courts for legal purposes.
We hope that society opens their hearts and minds and that they realize that for us to have access to marriage or adoption or have total recognition of families with same-sex parents will not generate chaos or the apocalypse. What we are doing is creating more just and equal societies. It is that simple, because a homosexual couple will not prevent a heterosexual couple from getting married and reproducing.
LGBTQ activists within the country maintain the hope that the recognition of same-sex unions in the Civil Code is a step toward achieving the full rights of marriage. Having been passed by the National Assembly, articles of the Civil Code are under revision by President Correa and the executive branch to be approved, altered, or rejected. Liz Sherpius, teleSUR, Ecuador.
St. Lucia's Prime Minister Dr. Kenny Anthony spoke of Venezuela's continued contribution to his country when he addressed his St. Lucia Labour Party's first national public meeting for 2015. The country leader told his citizens that in his meeting with CARICOM heads of government ahead of the Summit of the Americas, U.S. President Barack Obama conceded that CARICOM nations had benefited over the years from their relations with Venezuela.
Obama said to us, yes, the United States issue an executive order against Venezuela, but as far as the U.S. is concerned, Venezuela is no security threat to the United States. He discussed all kinds of things, from energy to marijuana, the whole works. And you know what he said? He looked at us and he said to us, if I were in your shoes, I would take all the support and assistance that you're getting from Venezuela. The support and assistance you're getting from Venezuela is benefiting your people. helping your people.
For citizens of St. Lucia, the terms ALBA and Petrocaribe connote development at the grassroots level through initiatives that help build communities.
Through the assistance of the Venezuelan government, through the ALBA program and Petrocaribe. So any further assistance which can be provided in that regard would certainly be welcome, and it will do wonderful things for the people of St. Lucia and the Caribbean.
The Prime Minister has applauded Venezuela for its contribution to St. Lucia. He reminded the crowd gathered in the capital Castries that Venezuela is providing $10 million to the national initiative to create employment NICE. This will help St. Lucia tackle its worrying unemployment situation. For St. Lucia and many other islands of the OECS, Venezuela continues to be an important development partner, helping governments to improve the lives of their citizens. Alison Kentish, teleSUR, St. Lucia.